16 News Now.
We are coming on the air at 4 with that breaking news story first seen on WNDU.com. In the last hour, South Bend police released the body camera video and 911 call related to that viral video from last week in downtown South Bend, showing that interaction between a South Bend police officer and a 14-year-old girl outside the downtown McDonald's. Our Joshua Short joins us live from South Bend. Josh, that conference just wrapped up a few minutes ago, really. Walk us through what happened.
Yeah, it was about 50 minutes long, Lauren, to be honest with you. We saw a litany of videos here, different viewpoints. They only edited based on timing for us, okay? So in terms of the entire video from end to end, we're going to be getting that as a newsroom here momentarily. But before we get to the new video, I want to show you the video that everyone has seen at this point. You're going to see it next to me momentarily. That video taken by that bystander that showed the moments, only a snippet, 36 seconds of that interaction from that young, what we now know, we reported 14-year-old girl involved in that situation after leaving the McDonald's, after allegedly saying some words, being in that McDonald's. We learned today for hours, according to the manager inside of that McDonald's. Now, the person who took that video tells us that he did not witness himself necessarily the girl using any threatening language, but that was how the 911 call came in initially. And so that is something that we are learning in the last 35 to 45 minutes or so in this news conference. But based on that video, a lot of people had questions. And with that, I want to show you guys just a snippet of the video from that initial interaction from the viewpoint of the cop involved in this, which has been a part of the department for years, okay? So I want to show you guys that video. You're going to see that. And then on the other side of that video, on the other side of that initial confrontation, if you will, because that's what it became at the end of this, you're going to hear from the chief of police, the city's top cop, about his opinions on what he saw. And right now, that investigation continues as to whether or not that officer was in the right and the wrong, or is there a gray area in all this? So we want to show that video right now.
Come over here. They called, they said they've been having problems with you. Come over here and go back to your car. They've been calling for you. No. I sure can. No. You're not calling from you. You're not calling from you. Stop. Okay, I'm not trying to. You're not looking. Don't you hit me. You hear me? Do not hit me. Put your other hand behind your back. I'm gonna take you to your mom. Put your hand behind your back. You're not going anywhere. Put your hand behind your back. Were you asked to leave?
No.
2 people, including the manager, didn't tell you to leave.
No.
Okay, well, I have 2 adults saying that they told you to leave, you refused to leave. All right, that's a criminal trespass, which is against the law. I'm here investigating that. So when I tell you to stop, that means stop. When I tell you to come here, that means come here. That doesn't mean walk past me.
Did I walk past you?
Yes.
No, I didn't.
And then when I try to get you up, you gotta obey.
You don't have to grab me up and throw my face on the ground.
If you're not obeying, and if you're trying to get away, yes,
When
I
was
can.
I ever trying to get away? Why would I run from any cop?
People do it all the time, trust me. So
You never told me any crimes were committed.
In your opinion, and apparently in the use of force committee's opinion, nothing was done wrong in this situation.
We still have further processes to go in there. There are some things, I will tell you that one thing that I was not, that caught me was we can't trespass juveniles. That is not true. I don't know his demeanor when he said that. Maybe at that time wasn't going to make an arrest for trespass. Rather than maybe put a record on a juvenile, the officer opted to take the juvenile to their legal guardian and work out whatever it is that way. There's nothing wrong with that. That was the officer's discretion to do that. The officer could have put that juvenile in handcuffs, detained them, taken that juvenile to JJC and let that process work itself out, and then wash his hands of it and do a report and drive away. But that's not what he did.
Okay, so from a 30,000-foot view, we want to, again, paint the picture here. It was alleged that that girl that you saw in that video was using threatening language at one point, complaining inside of that McDonald's restaurant about her order. Again, the manager, we've just seen it on the body cam video, saying that she was in there for hours. That is what she is claiming. That is what that manager is claiming. Family of this girl, by the way, they have engaged a civil rights attorney from Chicago, a name that may be familiar to many of you, Andrew Stroth. In fact, we're going to be talking to him momentarily. We're going to hopefully have a statement for you soon to come here during our newscast before the end of the 6 o'clock show. So keep that in mind. Also keep in mind, a small number of people, Lauren, were in that restaurant who actually witnessed this. And at this point, come forward, okay? And with that, one of those people included the person who took the video that has gone viral. We talked to him this week. You're going to hear from him coming up at 5 and 6 o'clock.
And Joshua, if I can ask you really quick, what happens next? Is this now a closed case?
There are a lot of layers to this. This is not a closed case. In fact, tomorrow, the Police Review Board, the Citizens Community Police Review Board, has already a meeting planned that was already pre-scheduled. So that is planned for tomorrow. However, they cannot investigate something like this until citizens bring a complaint forward. And as of our request for comment at 2:30 this afternoon, there has been no official complaint filed by a citizen. One of the things that police pointed out, saying, look, we're being proactive in this moment by showing you this video because they saw this Friday night. This happened Friday afternoon. And obviously, people had to come in on the weekend to put this video together to make the necessary redactions before putting this out today. The chief was out of town the last couple of days, which is why this was the soonest they were able to put out that video and have this news conference, Lauren.
All right, Josh, stay on top of it. Our Joshua Short reporting live from the police department. He's been on top of this story since it started. We'll check back in with you coming up at 5. Josh, thank you.